able to get into their accommodation when they arrived in Lanzarote. A month after that confrontation, when we finally persuaded Mr. Rooney to speak to us about why he hadn't warned people about the problems in Lanzarote before they set off, he said,
"At the time when it occurred, I was not aware of the problems. Once I was aware of the problems, I stopped all the clients going."
Well, since then, we've heard from John and Geraldine Stanley of Liverpool, who were astonished at Mr. Rooney's claim. John, you've got the details.
Yes, before setting off to their timeshare apartment in May 1986, the Stanleys telephoned Rooney's office and were assured that everything was okay. But when they got to Lanzarote, they couldn't get into the flat. And what's worse, they were shown this telex, which had been sent to Rooney earlier that month. It asks Rooney to stop sending people to Lanzarote, as all services had been cancelled as a result of unpaid bills. Despite this telex, Rooney continued to send people out, and we've heard from 3 more of his customers who could not get into their apartments 3 months after Rooney got that telex.
Well, Mr. Rooney promised us that he would sort out all his customers' problems. So if you or anyone you know still has a complaint about Arthur Rooney, please let us know. On now to our witch report, which has taken David to sunny Portugal in pursuit of the truth about holiday brochures. Here he is.
Winter and springtime are traditionally brochure gathering time, when, full of hope and optimism, we read the glowing descriptions of the travel companies. But does reality always glow with quite the same gleam as those descriptions? Well, last year, Holiday Witch magazine did a survey of what the brochures had to say about one particular holiday spot, the Algarve here in Portugal. What they found was that while the brochures rarely tell actual fibs, they can be somewhat economical with the truth. And reading them, you're not very likely to get a very accurate impression of what you're booking. For instance, this is the beach at Vilamora. Now, according to the brochures, it's a long expanse of gently shelving golden sand with pine and eucalyptus trees growing down to the shoreline. That's what Best Holidays had to say. Or eucalyptus and pine trees grow to the gently curving sandy shore, said Cosmos. And we're offering a major prize to the first person who can spot a pine or eucalyptus tree or any sort of tree on this gently curving sandy shore. Now, the camera cannot lie, but take a look at these nice photos. Although the photo hasn't actually got a caption, one would not have to be criminally insane to assume that since this page is all about Lagos, it's a photo of Lagos. Wrong. It's a photo of Albufeira. And in the same way, next to this description of Monte Gordo is another nice photo of Albufeira. And next to this description of Albufeira is a nice photo of Ponte de Piedade near Lagos. So let's forget about the photographs and try some more descriptions. Vilamora is a holidaymaker's playground created amidst glorious natural scenery, said Horizon. The resort has been carefully constructed to blend in with the natural surroundings, said Enterprise. Well, here it is. There's the glorious scenery, and there's the resort blending in with it. Uncannily skillful bit of blending, that, wouldn't you say? Well, so much for Vilamora. Let's try somewhere else, shall we? Go back Quartiera. This is one of the very latest additions to the Algarve's many charming resorts. Until recently, Quartiera was just a simple fishing village. That's what Sky Tours has to say. Quartiera. Quartiera has grown from a picturesque, sleepy fishing village into a popular modern holiday resort. The old charm is still there in the whitewashed cottages and the narrow cobbled streets. Well, sounds good, eh? Can't really thrash a bit of oldie-worldy charm, can you? And here we are, and here it is, just like the brochure says. Cobbled streets, whitewashed cottages, old-world charm. But most of Quartiera looks more like this. And if that's a traditional fishing village, then I'm Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This is the Hotel Attis, which is described by the Horizon brochure as being 150 yards from the nearest beach. Except it's 150 yards over the sort of terrain that should be depressingly familiar to anybody who's ever engaged in serious trench warfare. So what can you do to get more accurate information? Well, for a start, don't just trust the brochure. Have a look at a selection of guidebooks about the resort that you're going to as well as the most up-to-date report in Holiday Witch. Travel agents often have their own more candid reports on the hotels and resorts, which they usually keep under the counter, but they'll let you have a look if you ask them nicely. And don't just look at one brochure, look at a selection of them so that you can build up a sort of composite picture. Holiday Witch have drawn up a league table of the brochures which they found the most accurate and helpful. And the best overall on the Algarve from 1987 were Martin, Best, Thompson and Thomas Cook.
David, and those books you mentioned are these: The Agent's Hotel Gazetteer and Hogg Robinson's Recommended Resort and Hotel Guide. Ask your travel agent to let you see them. Details of that report will be in our March fact sheet. The address to write to if you'd like a copy follows at the end of the programme. A couple of weeks ago, following an item about dangerous foam-filled furniture, we recommended that every household should install a smoke detector, which could save valuable time.